Hello, rail fans. We're glad you joined us. We happen to be out on the last day of the month and happen to be driving toward Waycross to see what action was there. It was 100 degrees, over 100 degrees on the heat index, and so we decided to just ride around a little bit more and decided to make the trip between Waycross and Cordele. So we stopped in Fitzgerald. This location is off the main drag. There's a double one-way street that runs through Fitzgerald. This is actually behind the post office, which if you get a shot like we're looking, it'll be to the right-hand side of us. But it was right by the track, made a wonderful vantage point to be able to get these shots. There's Miss Trains by being out there with her camera, and she's been working on trying to hold it a little more steady. She was watching some videos and noticed there was a lot of motion, and anytime you walk around with a camera, that's expected, but these cameras are not gimbaled, and so you can get seasick watching some of these folks that carry these cameras around. Now this year down in the south, and I think across most of North America, we've had a little warmer summer than usual. We've had quite a few days of 100 degrees in temperature. But I remember the days when we were farming back when I was in my 20s, and we had weather so hot that you couldn't stand in a pair of boots on the ground because your feet would just be so hot. And then we've had winters that was very mild, and we've mowed grass around Christmas time. Nothing unusual there, but we've also had winters so cold that it froze our tractor tires that had water inside the tire for ballast. So they can harp all this global warming and all this mess if you want to, but heck, we just call it summertime down there in the south. This location here is a few blocks to the west of where we're at, behind the post office, on the opposite side of the track, obviously. But at the same time, this was in a residential area, and it was a one-way street that used to cross sometime in the past, but they have it blocked now, and so we were able to drive down in there and turn around and back up to this location. So it was out of the way, nobody messed with you, and we had a good shot of the rail. One can only notice that there's seems like a lot more container intermodal freight traffic. Maybe it's because the economy is starting to turn around, and we got people that's trying to do things that's for American and for the American workers and for the people who just want to be left the heck alone and just make a living and do what we want to do within the law. And I don't know if that's just too much to ask, or if it's just that people in power want to have more greed, more power. So if we could just harness that power up there in Washington, all the mess that they talk and all the crap they say, we could probably power an untold number of houses with the hot gases that come out of Washington, D.C. We had to buy a new scanner. Evidently mine finally just either wore out or something. Either got too hot in the truck, I'm not sure, but it would come on and it would scan and you couldn't hear a thing. And I saw conductors talking to engineers, and I know I should have been hearing something on there. And I looked at all the settings, even reprogrammed a couple of the channels I know for sure is active in our area, and just never could get. It never would pick up a scratch, not even a traffic signal when they change at intersections that cause interference. So anywho, we was wondering why this train started slowing down. We didn't hear anything saying some reason, but we are so glad that we can hear again, because you just can't chase trains without having some way of knowing some of the information you get from the scanner. Well, we decided to, when we bought a scanner, we'd go ahead and get get one that was digital. We keep hearing rumors that they're going to finally change over to digital communications, but anywho, I got my hands on another Uniden Bearcat. This one's digital 160DN, and it seems to be working pretty good. We've had quite a I like it using it with earphones or headphones better than anything. That way it cuts out all the truck noise and other stuff that you hear. But anywho, this is the northbound that came by, and we was glad to see trains on the roll, if you know what I mean. Well, as always, we thank you for watching, and we thank you guys that watch to the end of these videos. Like and subscribe and share these videos. It helps, and we appreciate you. We appreciate you watching, and this is just something we love to do. And it doesn't matter if we see a train. Well, I'm not going to say that, but we like seeing trains when we go out trying to do videos. But sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't, and we appreciate everybody that follows us and looks forward to the next thing that we post. We appreciate you, and until then, y'all be safe, be cool, and see ya.